What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome back to your favorite channel where you get to learn about leadership, communication, and networking. In this session, I'll be talking about how to land your dream job after the pandemic. Okay, how to secure your dream job post-pandemic. And I have a few points that I'll be sharing with you guys, and I need you guys to pay utmost attention. Okay, pay attention all the way to the end because this video will transform your life. It will help you change your life because this is something personal. This is something I've gone through, and that is why I am sharing it with you guys. It's something that has transformed my life. It's something that I've observe, transform other people's life. And it's something that is of vital importance to people like you and myself and everyone around us. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end because I guarantee you this video will change your life. And how, even if you currently have a job, this video will still help you transform yourself and look for something better. Okay, something better. Because in this video, we will talk about what you have to do, okay, doing the work. And the second thing is assessing yourself, what you have and what you are truly worth. And also going out there and reaching out to companies, and knowing exactly what you have to do. And then finally, we will look into what's your competitive advantage, okay? Why should a company hire you? And if you know the answer to all those things, I guarantee you, you would land your dream job post-pandemic, okay? Not just, well, this is something that would really help you throughout your whole life, not just post-pandemic, but for some reason, because looking at the statistics, the level of unemployment has skyrocketed recently, and it's very mandatory that people start looking towards this because people need to start going back to work, okay? For those getting unemployment, it's ended in August. So you need to start thinking of going back, but you don't just go back because a lot of people have gotten used to being taken care of. And now it's time for you to go out there, get the bread and take care of yourself and maybe your family as well, if you have one. So the very first thing that you need to know is that it's on you to find it, okay? It's on you to go out there and secure your dream job. It's on you to do the work. It's on you to do what you have to do in order to get the work. Now, what do you have to do? You need to maybe print out your resume and go out to company, approach managers, go to different companies, talk to the HR, but you have to go out in person and sometimes online. Well, most companies now are doing it online, but I usually recommend in-person interaction. Do the online, but do the in-person. Now, there are some companies whereby when you get to the company, they will now refer you to go online. It is more effective that way because you've already done the groundwork. But what you're doing online is just like the cushion work to the groundwork that you did initially. So you have to go out there and do the work. That's the very first thing, which, like I said, includes you printing out your resume and going to places and giving it to people, to HR, from your hand to their hand. The second thing is that and this is, in fact, this is like my favorite. Okay, this is like my favorite, but it could be someone else. It could not be your favorite, as in, because people are different, and it might not be the most important thing to you. But when I say it's my favorite, it's something that's very important because it's so mandatory for the foundation or the foundational structure of you landing your dream job, okay? And we're not trying to do something that's embedded in fantasy or falsehood or you just dreaming. No, we want you to land the job that you really want. But before you could do that, I don't want you to be the kind of person that, oh, you don't have what it takes, for example. And for example, you just left high school. Okay, you just left high school and you want a job that's paying 200K a year. That's unrealistic. Now it might happen, but it's in the most, it's the rarest of all cases. That is why you have to be super realistic. You don't want to be just deceiving yourself. This is not what we do over here. Okay, you're not here to deceive yourself. And that is why this second point is very important, which is to assess yourself. Now, assessing yourself requires you to write things down. Okay, you need to know yourself. You need to know what you have in terms of qualification. Okay, so now you have to look for the job. When you see the job, you will look at the qualifications and the requirements that the job really wants. And once you find that, once you figure that out, you will now assess yourself. Do I have this thing? So for example, let's say you want a job in a bank, and the bank qualification says they would prefer to have someone with bachelor's degree, okay? 3 years of experience, okay? Someone that's worked in the industrial, monetary, or banking sector for like 3 years, okay? Someone with leadership skills and management skills and managerial skills. And maybe you just have your associates. Number one, that's kind of, it might not disqualify you, but it reduces your competitive advantage. All right. So, like I said, it might happen in the rarest of all cases, but you need to know what they want. And then you now assess yourself. Do you have all these things? If you don't have these things, can you get these things? Okay. And how long will it take you to get these things, to meet up the requirements? Now, we're talking about the post-pandemic. So you want to be very realistic about what you have in order to secure a job like right now, so to say. So assess yourself. Okay. Look at yourself. What do you have? Do you have high school diploma? Do you have your associates? Do you have your bachelor's? Are you a graduate student, or you have finished your PhD? Now, once you know all those things, what are the other additional things that you have? What are your additional qualifications? What additional skills do you have that you can look into and take like a record? That's why it's always good to keep records of things that you've done. Okay, because of some of these things, maybe they don't have certification, but you have a record of it. So you put it there, a skill that you have. So maybe you are, for example, a graduate in, let's say, engineering, but then you've worked in a restaurant and you know how to cook. You could include that there. That's like your extracurricular activity, which kind of makes you different. Okay, it gives you a little bit of competitive advantage over someone who's just an engineering graduate, but then they don't have any other thing. That's all they have, because sometimes companies are looking for your social skills as well, not just the professional skills. The professional skills is mandatory, but they also look into other things that would just keep you that will keep you ahead of, because you need to keep in mind, you're not the only one they're looking at. You're not the only one they're looking to hire. They are conducting massive interviews, okay? But then what makes you different? What makes you stand out? You need to do that. So once you assess yourself, assessing yourself involves you understanding the job requirements, okay? Understanding it, and then understanding yourself. What do you have? Because if you don't understand yourself and how much you have, and you're just looking at the job requirement and you're just putting things out there, you are just deceiving yourself. You're building something on a fantasy land, and that is not what you want to do. Okay, so you assess yourself, you know what you have, and then you know your additional skills, you know your additional qualifications, you know additional, things that you have that gives you an advantage, and you put them down. And all of this, you put them in your resume, okay? Or you put them all in your resume. So once you have those things, you need to research the job, okay? Once you research the job, not just in the company where you're applying, you look at other companies as well and research how much are they paying this guy, because this is one of the places where a lot of people usually don't pay attention to, or they make hasty decision because they are not prepared. So if you know how much this company is paying someone in this position, and you get to this, let's say the job interview, and they ask you, how much do you want us to pay you? You don't underprice yourself. And at the same time, you don't overprice yourself, because you are speaking based on information. information is very vital. You need to be able to make informed decision. So that way, in most cases, it's always the moment you underprice yourself, companies kind of like it because yeah, they want the best service for the most minimum amount. But when you overprice yourself, then they tell you this is how much we can pay. And if you want it, fine. If not, then you move on. Okay. So once you have that, you you you're able to make an informed decision. You're able to give them an informed amount that you think they should pay you based on that. Now, you need to be able to identify what your competitive advantage is. And this is why should the company hire you? You know, very important. Why should a company hire you? The moment you have that information, that would really set you apart. Okay. You need to be able to tell them the other things because it's not just about your bachelor's or your qualification. So for example, I went for an interview. Okay. I went for an interview and I was asked this question and I gave them a detailed information about the company, that I did my research on the website. This is what you guys have. This is your current status, and this is your goals, your vision for the main part of this year. And I think this is where I fit in because after going through your website and seeing what you guys are aiming for, I think I'm the best candidate that can help achieve this based on the skills I've acquired over the years. And you should be able to list why they should have you. And at that spot, let's say at the interview spot, when you're being interviewed, you're able to provide them with a proof that you are able to conduct research. You've been able to research the company, and now you are willing to put in the work. And that way, companies like people that can just prove that you could do the extra work. Now, this is where your extracurricular skills comes in. So maybe you're good at researching, maybe you're good at presentation, maybe you're good at public speaking, maybe you're good at, just lighten up the mood, bringing the big energy that people want to work with, if that's your area. Okay. And this is where you identify that because that's what makes you competitive among all those people that they are looking into. So you want to focus on that area and make things, work to your own advantage. And one of the most important things that you need to have is if you're looking at this job and you have you've been able to get through to the door of the interview, you need to be able to convey and tell whomever your interviewer is what the company can benefit from you. Okay. The moment you can, because that's one thing we're all doing in life, we're all selling things. And the best way to sell something to another person is making them understand from their own perspective, their own point of view, what they stand to benefit from that relationship with you. Now, if you can make the company see that by hiring me, I understand your goals and I can help you increase your outreach. I can help you increase your revenue. I can help you increase your productivity. And they can see that by working with you, they stand a chance of benefiting a lot. They wouldn't do it with you. Now, by so doing, by knowing all these things, you will be able to land yourself your dream job post-pandemic. Now, keep in mind, you need to be able to understand this thing. You need to understand that it's on you to get it done, okay? You need to be able to assess yourself. You need to be able to research the job, okay? And you need to be able to communicate your competitive advantage. What makes you competitive. And then you need to be able to project to the company what the company stands to benefit from bringing you on board. The moment you keep all those things in mind, you will be able to land your dream job post-pandemic, and not just post-pandemic, but even after the pandemic or whenever, whatever state of the economy. If you like this video, if you learned a lot, make sure you click the like button and also subscribe to this channel and leave comments below. Let me know if there are any other things that you've tried personally that has helped you land your dream job, or if there's anything specific that you would like to talk about, especially with regards to leadership, communication, and networking. Leave comments below, and I'll be looking forward to hearing from you guys. And until next time, remember, guys, to always be your best self. Take care, everyone.